intentionally put limitations on them, and they don't even know the guy.
That's like you arguing with like a plumber about plumbing. I've done more work on that than a lot of people have, and I've studied this. So it's like when people talk to me about it, it's like they come from a place of not understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because it's such an abstract thing. Everybody's heard about it, and people tell them about it their whole life. They think they know more than they do about what God is.
Mm-hmm.
Are we almost on this family meeting, guys?
Nope. This is our first family meeting.
Yes, I do want to just go smoke. Anything else? May I open up the window and just,
Yeah, so.
You addicted to baby?
Okay.
You are.
I said okay.
She's receiving it.
You know that.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm trying to like, okay,
Yeah.
You're right. I'm working on it.
But no, Angel's right though. But it's not saying nobody will leave in your dreams. It's just you gotta be able to do both.
I understand what everyone is saying. I'm not contesting. I am in agreement. I have talked to someone about working at a school, but our follow-up conversation isn't for a couple of weeks because they're taking time off. But I'm open to working at a school.
What about my school, Mom?
No, I want to work at this particular school. I don't want to just be a teacher. I don't want, and I understand what you guys are saying, but all of my history with working has been soul crushing. So I am not rushing to go have my soul crushed. And so someone has approached me with a potential job. She said she could talk to me on this particular day. I said, fine. So I'm waiting to see what manifests there. But
okay, well, I believe that can happen. But while you waiting on that, then one of these days you should just see how I do this job, and I'll just show you what it's like, and you just see if you actually can stand it.
Mom, you want to be a part of the Reynosa family for real? You should start working there. It's this.
And my concern or issue within this conversation is you have been throwing me looks this whole time as if you need someone to speak for you, and you don't need anyone to speak for you. All you have to do is say you. Every time somebody said something,
it was just when she was saying it. That's all.
Exactly. Like she said, she's speaking my mind. She's speaking my mind, and all this time you could have spoken your mind. But you said
we've been saying this
no.
already. We talked about you getting a job already. You said you didn't want to do it because the situation was gonna blow up.
Yes, and that's not what you're talking.
God told you not to get a job.
God told me.
The spirits told you not to get a job.
They told me. But you guys, look. What'd she say?
I said no wonder
He
why
called
he
me
doesn't
ugly.
like God.
Oh, you're stupid.
He
What?
called me ugly.
Okay, well then go tell him that you're not, and to not use bad words like that to you. And so it's just like you don't speak your mind is what I'm saying.
You just like to shut down and reject, and then feel bad when people don't give you the reaction that you would expect.
And so it's difficult for us to have conversations with you because you don't want to have no conversations. You just automatically you say we doing too much, and it's just like how do you join the conversation? Do you all want to step outside and continue the conversation? So you can't talk?
If we can, I'm just saying that that's what I'm about to do. Like, we shouldn't be thinking about that anymore.
That's true. That's true. Cause like when you get home, I know you do your bike, and that's productive and you work out. But if you just watching Netflix or something, that could be time planning for the future. And I know after work,
You don't want to be in the future. You don't want to be in the future.
Well, don't come at him like that.
Now, I'm about to say, don't put that sass on it.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm upset.
Well, you be
See, look, just like you try to point out, you shut down when you do this. Well, then you start getting a little antsy once you hear something you don't like. It was fine when Angel was doing it, but now that Dre said it, he's on your level. Now you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta be able to take that criticism.
Right, I'm sorry, Mom.
And we defending you right now, telling him he gotta be able to look at the future too.
Right? We're trying to help you. That's what I try to say in a second, like,
And he'll listen to you guys. He won't listen to me.
Yeah,
he is listening to you. That's why.
That's why he's sitting here right now.
Right? We need a peanut gallery to
penetrate.
But anyway. coming home, watching movies after you work out, or spending that time like studying and learning. Like, I sent you that Toro course, you never watched it. Even though the business picked up, that's cool, but it's just like, just off that, I could tell like
Be careful
you're
doing
probably not really like developing more skills, because the barbering is good and it's great. But
To
it's like,
develop his business aptitude.
yeah, we got to do more to continue to grow, to reach new levels.
And that's
Because the present gonna stay the present, and times get hard. The skill in the present moment is not gonna match the times if the times get harder. That's why things like
mom and dad
personal
equal kids.
recession happen. But like that's why I said every day we should come and learn something together. Because like we could all be learning something or growing in a certain way. It's just, but I could feel it. I could feel how you probably feel it, because she might want to just talk about it. But if y'all actually, if you like to do action, but she like, you like to talk, why y'all don't meet in the middle and actually do action on learning something
Right?
to
Someone
benefit
get
the
a job.
future?
You guys
Like
plan
y'all,
the future, save money.
like y'all can sit there and watch some videos on real estate, or watch some videos on Turo together, or write some notes out, and that's how y'all could bond. Y'all, because me and we don't have that problem of, oh, you talking about this, I don't care about it. Or we have other problems. I'm not saying it's just in comparison it's perfect, but I'm saying that particular problem is because we have the same interests, because we sit down and we work on trading together. So if y'all find something y'all can work on together that doesn't have to be what you want and don't got to be what you want, but something y'all both want, then
Well, we did that when we first got together and read the Total Money Makeover, and we were able to change our financial situation by working together. So I'm not disagreeing to that.
and how did y'all
He
feel?
has to be willing.
And
What?
How did y'all
I like
feel?
money.
How did y'all feel on that?
I like working with money.
You like working with money?
I don't have a problem if he wants to read a real estate book together or study his interests. I could learn too.
That's what bonded you guys together in the first place. But now you guys wanna
Do your
be all
own-
separated and argue and yell at the kids together.
I don't say that. Every once in a while I don't even really talk about the future. I'm excited about the work I'm
All
doing.
you do is talk about your work and record.
And you don't like that?
And you throw the camera up in our face, in my face, and that's what you do. And then you get mad when I don't get excited about that. I don't have to get excited about it every time.
Get excited about what though?
When the camera in my face and you're constant recording, because every time you talk a
Stop
lot,
kidding.
and you say a whole lot of stuff a lot of things that I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
So why don't you ask questions? Why not? Because you don't have no interest. Go ahead.
Because why do I have to look at all of those videos?
I don't send you videos.
You want me to get on Snapchat and go look at all your videos.
I don't. But you have so much opinion about what I do, and you got no idea what I'm doing.
I do know what you're doing.
Sorry.
I
You
know
can
what
go.
you're doing. You changing people's lives. You influencing them. You healing them. I know what you're doing. You don't think so?
Okay.
That's not what you're doing?
Okay. I'm literally saying okay. What else do you want from
No,
me?
because you cutting me. You just like, all right, whatever.
Go.
You saying it's just
I'm gonna take it from you. Go.
No, I'm saying okay.
But you didn't answer yes or no. You said okay.
I think there's way more to what I'm doing, but it doesn't even matter. Okay, if that's your understanding. You're literally just repeating back to me what I've said to you, and that's what you've chosen to internalize. So, okay.
But if it's more than
Yes, that's what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. See, the thing is, these are the conversations that need to be had for the basis of understanding. And if I'm not talking about something specifically that you want to talk about, then pivot the conversation.
But tell her that you don't want to talk about it and be nice about it. Don't just be like, I don't want to talk about this right now.
No, he never wants to talk about the things I want to talk about. You're not interested and you don't know how to pretend like you're interested. The kids come to you, Dad, nah, I'm good. Dad, beat it. Dad. They don't want to talk to you, and you yell at them too. So they keep coming to me and they're saying, I don't want to go in there. I don't want to do it because Andre keeps yelling at me. So you yell too. Everybody yells. Everybody's guilty of what they observe other people doing. So we all need to be mindful. But the point is, You don't want to talk about nothing nobody else wants to talk about, Dre. I sat there and I told you I observed a conversation between you and Andre where Andre kept trying to dive into the topics he wanted to talk about, and you was like, and then when he started talking about the shit you wanted to talk about, you jumped back into the conversation. I sat there and watched it. Just because you're not paying attention to it happening, I sat there and watched it. You don't want to talk to nobody unless it's what you want to talk about. So instead of sitting there making faces and getting offended, maybe eat that shit and be like, let me start making an effort to pay attention if I'm doing that.
No, that's true.
You just automatically denying it instead of just paying attention to maybe these motherfuckers saying something.